A war between the US and China over Taiwan would be a nightmare scenario for America's allies in the Pacific, but it's becoming increasingly clear what roles they might play if one breaks out. French President Emmanuel Macron declared last month that Europe should not get caught up in crises that are not ours, such as escalation over Taiwan sparked by US-China rivalry. US allies in the region don't have that luxury. The US has no formal commitment to defend Taiwan, but President Biden has repeatedly said that Washington would intervene. A Taiwan crisis could take several forms, short of all-out invasion, a blockade, cyber warfare, or attacks on offshore islands. In any contingency, US allies in the region would play a critical role. Philippines President Bongbong Marcos visited the White House on Monday, shortly after the largest-ever version of annual US-Philippines military drills. For the first time, the wargames focused in part on securing the 70-mile-wide channel between the Philippines' northern islands and Taiwan. As US and Filipino forces rehearsed for potential conflict with China, Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang visited Manila and urged the Philippines, a US treaty ally that moved closer to Beijing under Marcos's predecessor, Rodrigo Duterte, against picking sides. Earlier this year, Marcos granted the US access to 4 new bases, 3 of which are in the north and face Taiwan. Beijing's ambassador to Manila, Wang Shilian, declared in April that Washington clearly planned to use the bases to interfere in the situation across the Taiwan Strait. Huang accused the Philippines of stoking the fire, rather than prioritizing the security of its 150,000 overseas workers in Taiwan, comments some interpreted as a veiled threat. Ahead of his visit, Marcos said the bases were for collective defense, not offensive operations, and his country will not become a military staging post. Asked whether the US could utilize the bases in the event of war with China, a senior US official told reporters Sunday, "We're careful not to go through scenarios in public." The Philippines' location would make it highly significant in any Taiwan crisis. At the end of that day, it's about access, says Eddie Peruchabu, an Atlantic Council fellow and former US Army strategic planner who served in the Philippines. Without the Philippines, we'd have a lot less options. US forces could be left floating around in the ocean and vulnerable to Chinese missiles without access to airfields and ports in the Philippines, he says. US military facilities in Okinawa have served as staging grounds for US operations from Vietnam to Afghanistan, and would likely play a central role in any Taiwan crisis, making Japan complicit from Beijing's perspective, even if it took no other action.